who's hungry? I am. I'm starving, actually. We're gonna make this a little bit of a meal. Like the new filming setup? The microphone? We are professionals. Yeah, we are. My chicken's also about to go bad, so we are, yeah. It's not bad yet, I promise. So, from discount store, I got, let me come to you. I got this for 99 cents. P.F. Chang's spicy chicken. The ingredients are as follows. Right there. Pause if you need to. But it seems that it is all ingredients that is safe for me to eat, so I want to give it a try. But I have a sneaking suspicion that, as with most packaged sauces, I don't love it. So I have some backup ingredients here. I also have a sneaking suspicion that this isn't going to be enough sauce for the amount of chicken that we have here. So let me waddle my way back here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my hands. Does anybody else stare out their window? If you have a window in front of your sink in your kitchen, do you stare out the window while you wash your hands? I have to dry my hands now. Don't touch me, I'm sterile. We're just going to pull out these chicken. That's a hefty piece of chicken if I ever did see it. And we're just going to chop them into chunks. I'm sure everybody is familiar with how to chop a chicken breast into chunks. It's not rocket plants. Pause, I thought my daughter's home. She's watching Courage the Cowardly Dog now, so we can get back to it. Alright. You can't see what I'm doing. Frick! Apparently. Is that straight? Yeah. Straight-ish. Whatever. This is good. You don't need the top of my head, okay? We're looking at the chicken. We've got our bag of goop. Don't spill the goop. Ah, God. I don't like how it melts. I don't like how it melts. Girl. I don't know about that. I think, this one's for the fishes. Okay, instead, we're gonna take, I'm gonna come closer to you. I'm gonna show you some things. Some stuff. And check on my kid. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can't fit through that. You okay? That was silly. That was so silly. No, don't try again. Don't try again, honey. Okay. Hi. I'm back. We're starting with this. I love this stuff. It is alpha gal friendly. Here's the ingredients. I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna whoosh. I'm gonna sauce these chickens. Sauce them. Don't be afraid to be generous. We want lots because there's lots of chicken here. Love. I'm gonna give them a wrestle. Okay, next. We're gonna go good old soy sauce. I add a little bit just because I like a little bit extra salt to the flavor profile of that Bachan's sauce. I like just a little bit. Get out of my trash, dang it! I'm gonna cook you in this frying pan just the same. Get the hell. Okay, I'm gonna get on this side because I set up this whole film thing. For me to stand on that side is kind of stupid. Good old MSG. You don't have to use this if you are one of those people that think MSG is evil. I don't. I think it's delicious. So I'm gonna add some. And I don't ever measure anything. So that has been a challenge trying to give my recipes to people. Next, gonna do some garlic. So I just do a dusting. Oh, child of mine. Next, onion powder. I'll sprinkle that over the top. Next, ginger. You don't have to do this if you don't like ginger. I think ginger is a nice add to any Chinese food. I would add white pepper if I had it as well. Okay, my ginger is heckin' clumpy, guys. It's real clumpy. I'm gonna call that good. Get out of my trash! Get! A little bit of table salt. Not a lot, just a little, because we already put that soy sauce in. Red chili flakes. I add a pretty generous amount of these. Baby girl, I hear you and I see you stomping around. I'm gonna be in there in just a minute. I know. Oh my gosh. I love you too. Gabba ga. Then I literally have a pinch. This is sugar. A pinch of sugar that I put on. Okay. We're gonna stir all of this around. I'm almost done, sugar. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear the crying super loud. I really don't know what these microphones sound like. Long-term video. This is my first actual vid with the mic. Get out of my trash. Get out of my trash. The thing out of the trash that the dogs want to eat so bad. And close the trash bag so they can't get to it. And then you're gonna put your chimpkins, you know, they're cooked all the way through. Just check a bigger piece once you hit like 25 minutes and see. It usually takes 25-30 minutes. So throw that in the oven. And as soon as you get your chicken in the oven, get a pot of rice going. I guess I'll show you how I do that, because that's what we're doing. So, BRB. I gotta scoot to my table so I can open up my oven. And I gotta take care of my kid. I'll be back. We're back with my co-host, Baby Monitor. Don't look at my dirty dishes. That's rude. That's my prerogative. Okay? So, now, it's rice time. I'm going to give a piece of friendly advice. If you like rice, buy this. Buy a rice cooker, okay? Cooking it on the pot or on the stove, it's inconsistent. This, you dump it in there, you click a button, rice magically happens. This was $10 at the Dollar General, okay? It was worth every last penny. Dilemma, I need to unplug you to plug in my rice cooker. Don't look at my butt. I'm married. Okay. Yeah, women in STEM. I hate myself sometimes. We're gonna get 2 cups of dry rice in this. I don't know what to tell you about the chords and the nonsense and everything that is happening in my videos. I'm learning. Okay, I say that a lot, but I'm gonna keep saying it because I am. This is an important step. I don't know how to show you. I tried. You don't get the count. Stir it around with your phalanges. It's gonna be murky. The water's gonna be murky, right? We're gonna keep rinsing your rice until the water is not murky anymore. It's number 2. You see how that's still murky, but less so. This is rinse number 3. You can see how that's barely murky. I'm gonna rinse it one more time. Like, I'm gonna dump this water out and refill it, and then that will be the water I cook it with. I don't measure how much rice I have in there, and I don't measure how much water I put in with my rice. I do the knuckle thing, which I don't really know how to explain that very well, but when I put my finger in there with the rice and the water, if the rice is just a little bit up above, or if the water's just up a little bit above that rice, I consider it good, and it's not ever failed me. I like to add just a little bit of chicken bouillon, okay? Now, if you are alpha gal like myself, salt, cornstarch, monosodium glutamate, potassium, salt, sugar, palm oil, chicken fat, onion extract, garlic extract, disodium inosinate, disodium guanylate, caramel color, contains sulfites, spices, turmeric, citric acid, paprika extract. So out of those ingredients, if you are alpha gal, the ones that you might have trouble with if you're very sensitive is the citric acid, and you could potentially have trouble with the sugars depending on how they're processed. I'm not really sure. I have eaten this before and it has been fine for me. I don't use a ton of it at a time, so it has not been an issue for me. But if you are someone who's ultra sensitive, be mindful of that, because citric acid sometimes is a sneaky ingredient that gets people, as well as sugar. I've got a half tablespoon of the bouillon and I'm adding it to my rice. And I'm just gonna stir that around really quick with my finger. I like that sound. Put my little lid on, set that puppy to cook, and then whenever it's done, I'll magically have delicious seasoned rice. And then I'll show you what I do to it at the end, because I do a little bit of something to it once it's done cooking. Alright, y'all, well now it's just a waiting game, so I'll see you when the food's done. Update. Chicken's been in there 25 minutes. It was not even close to done, so I put it in there for another 15. Rice is still cooking. Our rice is cooked. Our seasoning didn't spread out all that evenly for some reason, which is not normally a problem that I face, but it is today apparently. So we've got our cooked rice, vinegar. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that. We're just gonna sploosh some on, and you want to be kind of fast about it. So rice vinegar in, just a little splash, and then I'm gonna take just some sugar. I just take a pinch, just a little bit of sugar, not very much at all. I mean, I didn't even do a full pinch, I did a partial pinch. That is really warm, and you want to stir that around. Don't be as aggressive as I am, because I'm kind of chopping up my rice a little bit, and you don't really want to do that. But it should make your rice a little bit on the sticky side, and then extra delicious. Yeah, it's good as hell. Yum, 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 yum. I'm going to take our rice set to the side. Eggs. 5 of them. Or however many you want. I'm doing 5. Clean up the eggs that you inevitably get everywhere, because how the hell does anyone do anything with eggs without getting it literally all over everything? Now we're going to grab a fork or a whisk or whatever you want to use to whisk up your eggs. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, minced onion this time, and sometimes I like to cook by color, so I'm going to add a little bit of parsley to this, simply for green. I just want it to have green in it. Then a little bit of pepper. Okay, once you get that really well mixed together, homogeneous, you're going, how do I bring you with me? It's good enough, right? Be a little shorter, fam. Short kings prevailed today. Just smelled something I did not like. Our pan's hot. Eggs in. And go rinse your bowl, since you're not an animal. Now it's a waiting game. Gotta wait for your eggs to get a little cooked. So, you like jazz? They're starting to separate from the sides of my pan, which is what I want to see. I try to leave them alone until I see that. I'm very particular about how I cook my eggs, because I don't like them to get too small. This is not the utensil I should be using. It is not scraping the bottom of my pan efficiently. Nope. That's not gonna do. Yes, that's what we needed. Notice how I'm just kind of folding them into ribbons. Very, very gentle with them, guys. You do not want to chop them up too small. I try to leave them as whole as possible before adding my rice. We've got our mostly cooked egg. Now we're going to add a little bit of sesame oil. Buy one of these. This is on Amazon. You get a 2-pack for $10. You put any oil you want inside of it. Buy one for yourself. They are amazing, especially if you are someone who is got food allergies and stuff and you can't just buy things pre-made. A lot of times you can buy organic oils and put them in that, and now you have an oil spray. Bam. Before we add our rice, we're going to add a little bit of salt to our eggs. I try to do that right towards the end, and I don't add very much. That looked like a lot, but it was just because I was trying to be very careful. I add these. Okay, mix them together. Can I maybe do... That's good enough. Yeah, we're just gonna fold them together. Together. Oh, it smells so good. Oh. Ew, who burped? That was disgusting. Taste test. Delicious, guys. It's incredible. That's done. Oh, okay. That chicken is cooked. It's a little overcooked, truthfully. Stirring it up a little bit. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. This is the laziest way to meal prep you some Chinese food. All of that food. I'm going to divvy this up into probably at least 6 meals ish. And if I go a little heavy on the rice in the containers, I can always make more rice. You know, it's really easy to make some more rice. This meal costs to make, these meals, this prep, cost $12 in chicken. For me, the eggs were free, but we used 5 eggs, which is almost a half dozen. So we'll say $1 in eggs, just to be, we'll round it up. Rice, I used 2 cups. I'll calculate what 2 cups of rice cost. And seasonings, I'm not going to count because I didn't buy anything special seasoning wise. I was going to use that one special sauce pack, but no, but that was also only 99 cents. So even if I did use that, it wouldn't like raise the price up. So we're under $20 is what I'm getting at. We're under $20 for this meal. These meals, multiple meals. That is Alpha-Gal safe. I mean, what more could you ask for? Let me get me a bowl of it so I can show you what it looks like all put together. You know what it really needs is some little green onions on top. That would be the chef's kiss. But look at that. Yum. Delicious. Mmm. Yeah. That's incredible, guys. The most expensive ingredient is going to be this stuff. You can get the smaller bottles at Walmart for $8. The smaller bottles will make about 3 batches of chicken of that size. So, you know. And on that note, bye-bye.